Hello and welcome back to another episode of Long War the Chosen Mod Jam Plus Edition with me, Illogical. If we take a look, or if we recall, our last mission, we did a jailbreak to get some resistance personnel and a couple rookies, I believe. And if we take a look at our squad management real quick, we do have another team queued up with our Templar Specialist, Arsonist, Agent Recon, and a rookie. We are still clearing alien machinery out. We have basic research going on in 5 days. We do have 150 supplies if we do want to start working on the GTS. I am considering that because we do want to get wet work and vulture out relatively quickly so we can start getting into mechs. Trying to think if I need to save any supplies for anything else for the moment. And the real answer is probably not. We could probably go to the black market and sell some things. So I'm going to make the decision, even though I would like a third engineer, to get this GTS started so we can start pushing out some of the classes that we would like specifically, maybe to test with and play around with some more, and to get the wet work vulture out. Vulture being one of the most important upgrades you can get early on. We do have a dark event that we can queue up to counter, and since this is a strength 3 region, we are at March 30th, we are going to be going into force level 3. We'll just keep that in mind as we queue this up. Now, the map is a slums. And it may be worth grabbing both our Haven advisors here to help with this mission. We may even want to send 7 since we do know force levels going up. And we do have a lot of people available. Hoplite Hunter Agent Assault. The Warden could be good. Our biggest concern here is that we need to be able to kill efficiently Pathfinders. Pathfinders are the very scary unit coming out at force level 3. So having the means to kill them is the goal. Shotguns are great at doing it, especially the hunting shotgun. The hunting shotgun does have a single point of armor pierce. All Pathfinders have armor. Has a base damage of 5 to 7, lower crit than the standard shotgun here with 15% crit chance, but that consistency of damage tends to increase the value of the hunting shotgun, at least for me. Now, I do think we may want to bring some rookies as well, as we do want to get a few more promotions out, and since we only have one more that we're promoting, more rookies allows us to get storm riders and wardens. So let's consider that. I think we'll grab Greggy here. We have a lot of AP grenades. We probably actually are going to want some more frag grenades if we're being honest. So maybe a rookie with the frag and a flashbang, and maybe one more rookie, you know, with the frag and a flashbang. Let's bring Dreamy. Dreamy has good mobility, but she doesn't have the greatest of aim. And we'll put 2 frags on her to help shred some of the armor. This is still going to take us 8 days, 18 hours. Maybe a little bit more, as we are going to want to try and get the 7 to 9. But in theory, we should be able to recover this item. We do have an agent to hack. Kill everything that comes at us at force level 3. Do I have access to AP rounds? I do. And you have 63 aim. I think we're going to stick with the shotguns, and we're not going to go with AP rounds here. Alright, I'm going to send that squad out. We are looking to queue one more team if possible. But for now, let's make sure we still have Haven advisors. Infantry works well. We'll be pulling these out as soon as we get another mission popping up, I'm sure. If we double check, we see that we have done no liberation chains. We do have no liberation available. Smash and grab expires in 7 hours, so we'll get a new mission over here to generate. And liberation expires in 1 day. But this is our starting region. That's not really where we're focusing on liberation. This is liberation in 1 day, 5 hours. We are going to throw a scientist in here and try to get liberation chains started if we can. Though we might need to raise vigilance up here in order to pull strength out to keep this region healthy. Our current intel sits at 36, which is not fantastic, seeing as we would like to get a third region unlocked. And both of these havens having only 4. It's not fantastic, but the 67 cost in Western Europe could be good for us. I think it's in my best interest to keep scanning in New Brazil and throw a scientist in here as soon as this expires. Our Destroy the Alien Relay is ready to go at 7 to 9 for a intel package. Do have our Templar, our Specialist, our Arsonist, an Agent, a Recon, and a Rookie. Let's go give them hell, guys. Now, I did not check if we went up to force level 3. I'm just going to assume we did, but part of me thinks we didn't, since that was at 80% and had like a 1 day infiltration timer remaining. Force level 3 typically increases on March 31st or April 1st. It can show up a little bit later sometimes. It's one of those RNG things where there's about a spread of 6 days on where the force level will actually increase, as it is a mission that gets queued up by Advent. Now, as a campaign progresses, those variances tend to normalize around the same dates.
We need to make sure our troops are clear of any possible explosions.
So we do have 12 turns. We are in the subway, and we have a decent ways to go, but we shouldn't be too concerned about being able to get there in a timely manner.
Enemy squad located.
We find our first enemy being a drone, so we're just going to keep pushing up and look for some more. And we do find a trooper frost droid, and there should be something else in that pod, which is probably on the other side of the door.
Cover me.
I think it's just in our best interest to double move everyone. We'll focus on the engagement in a turn or two. And the high explosive sit rep that we do have will also be helpful. Potentially blowing up openings into walls and quickly eliminating pods if necessary. There is not a third in that group that I can tell. And since the drone has decided to go into the fog of war, I'm very tempted to just take this opening with an AP grenade, keep our people moving up. But at the same time, generating focus with the Templar is probably better than using the AP grenade,
Ends justify the means.
as these are unarmored opponents. We can always follow up with an AP grenade if necessary. Liquid actually gonna get that kill. Wonderful. Not grazing. What happened to my Templar? Actually hitting things? It's amazing. Trooper falling back a distance is not ideal for us, as we don't really have a good way of going and flanking him now. But this trooper cannot get through the ablative of our Templar if we just one-for-alled right here, so we'd be 100% okay with leaving him up. That being said, I don't really want to leave him up. I don't think it really provides me any value to keep him up, but I don't necessarily need to use an AP grenade. One thing we could do is something that I'm still getting used to, is this wonderful ability called holo targeting, which increases your aim against opponents. I've been using this a lot in my stream, much more than I have in the past, and I'm certainly finding some of the value in it. So now we have a bunch of 50-50 shots, which I am totally okay with. We'll save our AP grenades and try to get some folks moving up. We do want to maintain full cover where we can.
On the move.
And we do know that there's a drone that's going to be coming in. I could also just burn this guy with Krovox,
Twice.
but I don't think I need to currently.
I'm on it.
Yeah, since this guy cannot get through our ablative, we could actually farm an additional AP point on him. Everyone else has full cover.
Where are you heading off?
Or just snag him on the Overwatch.
And here we go.
We do have 4 active, apparently. I'm assuming if I open this door, we're going to get a massive scatter.
Seems doable.
So in the interest of self-preservation, I'm not going to open this door. We're going to instead try to get vision over here with our recon, hopefully not getting revealed ourselves, and set up some Overwatch. That did not give me any good information, sadly, so I'm going to back up our Templar. Krovax is in an interesting position, mostly due to if the pod is coming from there, they could quite easily get a yellow alert action on him. But if they are going to... and ooh, it's only a drone there. If they do come this way, we potentially could get a very nice burn on things. So let's sit back, Overwatch, see what goes on.
Could be fun.
These Overwatches are less, very unlikely to hit.
Been compromised.
Quite some distance on them. Now, do I think the Templar is going to get the kill? No. If he gets the graze, might be enough for someone else to come clean up.
Finish him.
And we'll take the second drone as well. So our biggest issue with drones, as we've seen previously, is the armor. And we don't actually have a lot of frag grenades, but luckily we do have one here, but that would only hit one. I don't really know if that's the solution. Instead, I think I'd like to move my Templar. And, oh, I can't run and slice into a position of cover here. That's a damn shame. I was hoping that moving the Templar would let me do that. Regardless, let's bring Padinsky up and start working on these drones. At least he gets some half cover from this position coming this way.
It hit the plate.
And worst comes to worst, we eat the stun and use our revival protocol next turn. I don't need to throw evac just yet,
Not a problem.
as we do want to get closer and into this room to throw evac. Emily rolling the 4 is very nice to see. We could kill this thing with a blast from Krovax, but I don't think that's the solution here either. Especially when Jolie is going to help out. I am just going to hunker down with Krovax as to not accidentally burn any of my allies. Something you have to be aware of.
You heard him. Dig in.
And we'll spend a turn reloading and getting some information.
I must get closer to mark the target.
Wow, only 2 there. I'm going to immediately open this door and just start triggering them with the best way to trigger any type of pod, an AP grenade, especially an unarmored pod.
They've been destroyed.
Getting the double kill. Let's actually at least reload some of our folk before moving our recon further in and finding a sectoid celatid grub.
Let's fly the fuck out of here.
We'll finally get evac down. We know RNF is going to be starting in a turn or two.
Confirmed. Hold tight.
And we're going to get Padinsky up in here much closer for the next turn's engagement. I think we'll move our Templar in as well, as I'm sure they are going to trigger. See about getting Emily closer. And Jolie doesn't really have any position he can go to that I feel comfortable with. Maybe this back full cover. And because of Hidden Sage's position, I think I need to back him up so they don't immediately come spot him. Now there is an explosive barrel over there. Explosions, environmental explosions, do 6 base damage. Every enemy there has more than 6 HP. Destroying that barrel directly, if they decide to stay in that position, could be very, very beneficial to us, as it would then not kill everything else. But part of the issue that we have here is that they may move and we can't actually see it. And an AP grenade would have blown all that up, destroying all that loot. So instead, we're going to take the risky plays of standing in the open and throwing AP grenades, trying to maximize our damage here. Do have another AP grenade from Padinsky, and Emily standing in the open may be a very poor decision, but again, this is only a 7 to 9. So I believe all we have left is the sectoid.
Get ready for a surprise.
Affirmative.
We do need to start work on the objective, which is destroy the relay. And we're going to try to gain some benefit from Kovacs, who hasn't really done anything, by trying to burn the ground underneath the objective. We did just get what we call the instant rotation. This means there is no more enemies on the map.
Fire an incendiary.
And if you can burn the ground underneath an objective, like we're trying to do here, the objective will immediately get destroyed.
On my way.
I see. Heading out.
Now the RNF is really slow here right now because we're still early in the campaign. Strength is only at 2, which does affect RNF timers. And so we get to spend the whole turn just wailing on this objective. You do not generate focus off of objectives melees with the Templar, and there's really no reason for us to run in there at this point. I also do not need to keep my recon in stealth. But he's done a marvelous job.
Why am I not surprised?
The objective did burn for 1, which is interesting. We didn't burn the ground underneath it. I'm going to use Kovacs to burn it again. And then we'll use the recon to finish it off. This way we get a few Overwatch shots while we wait for our own evac on the incoming RNF.
We've confirmed destruction of the relay. The alien transmission is down. Eliminate any remaining hostiles and move to evac.
On Overwatch.
Got it covered. Got it covered.
2 biotroopers. They cannot be biofaceless at this point,
At
thankfully.
least we know what we're up against.
Enemy is still out.
And grabbing 1 kill with the Overwatch is probably the most you really can ask for. Now, do we have some fun though? Can we see this guy from anywhere? No. Oh wow, he's in a position that's actually pretty good. But I would argue maybe not good enough. I would love to get an invert with our Templars so we can actually just hang out with this guy, you know? Share a drink. But no position that I see with my Templar is going to get us a vision on him.
Whatever you say.
I think the safest option here is actually not that. I need to reload. I was going to go for a Chemthrower suppression, which would have been a good thing to do. Good teamwork the Templar into go killing him, or at least meleeing him. We have the turns. This guy does have a bio grenade, a gas grenade, and us clumping up next to him could be really, or nearby, could be detrimental to us all, as that would cause considerable amount of damage. So making sure we have this kill
I'm out of firepower over
and risking the point of will
Oh yeah.
is the right decision there.
Let's roll. No problem, boss.
We do have a spawn set up as well, so we can move the Templar
Let's go.
into the evac, bond him as he comes back, and make sure everyone gets out next turn if he can't reach it
This is
himself.
Firebrand. It's time to go.
Yeah, so Padinsky is just a few tiles shy.
Not bad.
So let's take advantage of that teamwork. Let's go home
Seems doable.
with another flawless mission.
I'm going.
I'm going. I'm on it.
Thought
Well
I
done, guys.
feel
Well
like I'm
done.
Close to chapter here.
All com operatives are secure. Firebrand is returning to base.
Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
We should be snagging a couple promotions from this. Several people were very close to that corporal rank up.
We must never allow these dissidents to fill our
And we have a new
hearts
rookie
with
to
hate.
gamble, hopefully into a
The
Storm
victory
Rider, so we can
today
show off
is
that
a
class.
minor footnote in history. A small bump on the path of salvation the elders have set forth for us.
Wow, that is actually a lot more promotions than I was expecting. So with our recon, I've been playing around with this guy quite a bit on my stream campaign. That is quite far into that campaign. And there's a couple things that I'm certainly liking more than others. High def hollow target, I like. It's pretty good. Tracking though does seem like something that might be a bit more valuable with how I've been using recons, and doing something like tracking into covert, into rapid targeting to gain more hit at least, not really the crit necessarily. Conceal to get back into stealth, vital point targeting to increase damage taken, multi-targeting eventually. And while high def hollow is good, I do think I'm going to get more value out of tracking here. Looking in his XCOM row, there's nothing that really excites me, as this character is not going to be shooting people. This character's goal is to remain in stealth. The Arsonist, we have a couple good options here. Nightmare Fuel can be pretty good, as well as Sentinel. The bigger issue I find with the Arsonist is you don't get fine control, so you won't hurt your allies until you get hot shot. And having an additional way to control if you don't apply burns, so they're immune to burns potentially, is pretty good with Panic. I do think though I'm going to take Sentinel here so we can get more burns out when we're using him. Our specialist only has one option here, Field Surgeon. This is one of the strongest perks you're going to have access to. This reduces your wound recovery timer by 1. So if you only take 1 point of HP on a mission, it counts as not taking... You took no HP damage, really, is how the wound timer calculates. So this is really just an additional point of ablative. With how many things are going to graze you through your ablative even, this is really, really good. Really, really strong on any mission the specialist is on. Our agent is going to be continuing his heist line. Perfect plan. Is going to prevent negative feedback results, as well as give you the ability to climb walls. This will increase your mobility to help you get close up onto targets to quickly eliminate them. Great ability there. Alien Data Cache is a fine pickup. And let's go take a look at Emily. Emily is going to have 3 options here: a specialist, a recon, and a heavy. Emily has 15 mobility and 73 aim. We do not have a heavy out yet, and so I'm going to lean into the heavy. The heavy has a couple options on their tree. They have a shooting line with traverse fire, stationary threat, lock and load, unload near the end. They have more of a loose cannon line, which incorporates, some rockets, some heat ammo, shooty stuff, and supporting. And then they have the munitions, which is where I think they really shine. Things like biggest booms, fire in the hole, javelin rockets, bunker buster, chickenistic. All these perks here are going to just really enhance their rockets. The build I've been trying out a lot and really enjoying is taking Ever Vigilant early on over Concussion Rocket, and then focusing heavily into their rocket launcher. Taking a look at some of their XCOM row perks, we do have Fearsome. When you get a critical hit, your target and other enemies within 6 tiles have a chance to panic. This combos very well with Biggest Booms, which is just a flat % chance to crit, 50%. You crit or you don't, and this can lead to additional panics. It does work with Fearsome. Quick look at our Geoscape does see we get an Alloys and Elerium Crystal Intel package. We do not have any missions up at the moment. So let's find some. 9 days to hack a workstation for an Intel package. This is a great mission to have. We are going to grab... maybe we should grab Trident, actually, except they're all kind of injured. Infantry Shinobi. I'm going to grab these Haven Advisors out, and we're going to put a team together with them. Keep our main team back for a mission with a lower timer. Starting off with an infantry with AP rounds, a Shinobi. And we are definitely into Force level 3. So we're going to play around with the heavy. Let's play around with another Warden. Let's bring the agent. So our heavy has very low HP though, which is definitely a problem. But bringing 2 Shredder rockets hopefully helps with any Pathfinders we come across. Our Warden's HP is fine. We are going to grab a Flashbang, a Medkit, and you have 63 aim. Let's bring a shotgun with you as well. Keep that consistent damage coming out. Grab a hunting shotgun on our agent here, X the Mage. With 4 health, I'm a little worried as well, but I think we will be okay. We do have access, we don't have access to nanoscale, which we probably should have gotten access to earlier, but now that I think about our research decisions, we decided to go with basic research. So we just need to kind of get through this next few missions against the Pathfinders, get the nanoscale out so we have a little bit more security with our team. Do have room for one more if we would like. I am going to grab Dr. Briggs. Dr. Briggs has decent enough aim. He has low mobility, which is not always ideal. But I think we'll have enough ways to get through armor if necessary, and flashbangs to help with the control. As far as hacking the objective goes, we don't have anyone that can remotely hack or gets any bonuses. But we do have a decent amount of mobility on our Shinobi at 14, our Warden at 13. We'll make it work. And when we return, we will hopefully find another mission, as well as go run the missions we have queued. But this is where I'm going to be ending this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Hope you've been enjoying this this series of Long War the Chosen with Majin. I will see you guys in the next one.